Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Taurus, what are you hiding? What are you hiding? Gonna find out. These have been really fascinating, actually. They've been really informative about y'all. So, you're fascinating, deep people, you. I'm going to use a couple of different oracle decks to do this. We're going to use, oh, look at you. Priest almost has that feeling of Hierophant, doesn't it? There you go. Going to use the archetype deck, and then I'm going to use the oracle of the radiant sun, detachment, Venus and Aquarius. It's actually a difficult energy. I can see that, like sometimes to be sort of like the Hierophant one working from a higher realm, to have to be detached, perhaps on some emotional level or more emotional connection with people. Anyways, let's see. And then I have my teeny tiny, the moon you have at the bottom, Everyday Witch Tarot to build this up. So this spread is very similar if you'd seen it a few weeks ago, the mask you hide behind or the mask you wear. But I asked slightly different questions in this reading, so we get slightly different answers. So we will get started, Taurus. What are you hiding? I was shuffling so well before. What is going on? Let's try it this way. Taurus, it's a general reading. Because of that, it may or may not resonate. If it does resonate and you're drawn to it, there is an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. There we go. It's coming together now. I keep seeing that priest card, so that's really interesting. Are truly, really, Taurus. And what are you hiding behind? Hiding behind. Who you really, truly are. You're an addict. This card has been going around. So, you know what? So far, everybody's got it but Aries. I don't know. Aquarius had it. Pisces. They both had it in the same spot, but not in the spot that you're getting it. It was the mask they were hiding behind, but you really are as an addict. Okay, helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. I feel like you might be an addictive personality yourself somehow. It doesn't mean that you are, well, maybe some of you are. Okay, somebody could be a legit addict here. And this reading, it might be a little bit heavier for them than others because there's an issue that needs to be clearly addressed. But there might be some things here that you, like this could be showing up in smaller things in your life. Not, you know, typically the things that we think of or associate with addiction is, you know, usually chemical substances. It could be electronic substances too. Electronics are big addictions for people. A lot of people are addicted to social media. Yeah, but I feel like we'll see how the rest of the cards play out. The energy that I'm getting from this, because I was particularly drawn to the statement in the light, helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. You may or may not utilize an addictive behavior. Like you might feel compelled or drawn to do something over and over again, or to use something in your life that it appeases you temporarily as opposed to looking at something else deeper. You may actually stop yourself from doing that, but you recognize it. I feel like you're really good at recognizing what can be addictive behavior in other people, because you have a natural tendency to become addicted to things. But I honestly feel like you kind of have it under control, unless you know that. Okay, I had a friend. I'm not really in touch with her anymore. She was getting darker and darker, and anyway, so she definitely had a drinking problem. She would get up in the morning and she would put I don't know, it'd be scotch or something in her coffee, and then she would have some sort of alcoholic beverage within everything that she had all day, every day. That's alcoholism. So if you're in denial, if you need to get up in the morning at 9 a.m. and have a drink, and then you continue that all day, that's a problem. That is a problem. And maybe you think it's normal, but it's not normal. Yeah, no, and it interfered with her life. So let's keep going. The mask you're hiding, or I said that though, but it's not really that reading. Maybe there's something to that. It's what you're hiding behind. What are you hiding? Something of yourself that you're hiding or hiding behind? But you don't really hide the addict thing. Maybe you do. You just openly pour your scotch in your coffee in front of your colleagues and your friends. Yeah, I'm having a scotch this morning. Okay. Oh, you're a rebel. You're hiding this rebellion. You're hiding. Oh, you're hiding the... I feel like you're hiding your addiction through rebellion. Who am I reading for? This is not a typical Taurus energy that I would pick up on. So there's definitely challenges authority to affect social change. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. That feels a little bit like this spiritual practice or this spiritual level of higher learning does not serve what I want to do right now. But that's not really what spiritualism is, because spiritualism is always looking for the deeper meaning within yourself, why something triggers you or why you feel compelled to take action in a certain way, like really understanding yourself. It shouldn't really be something, well, it serves me today, I don't think it's going to serve me tomorrow. I don't know. This is something really, this is a really different kind of energy here. I don't know, maybe I have some new viewers to the channel, or maybe some of you have been feeling, but this is heavy energy, because who you really are is the addict. And what you're hiding behind is rebellion. So you could be rebelling against things to hide addiction to something. Okay, so why are you doing this? Why? A martyr? Oh, come on, guys. Who is this? Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Okay, because you're in process. This is why you're hiding your shoes off. You're in process here to find the light in a martyr, because the shadow is addiction to self-pity. And I feel like, too, with this rebel energy, in conjunction with the addict of who you really are, is the addict. And what you're hiding behind is your rebellion. So your rebellion is covering something up. It's covering something bigger up here. And so rejecting spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. So are the inner needs possibly too, like feelings of something that you're addicted to or something that you want to do? I want to take on this spiritual practice. I want to kind of elevate my consciousness and my thinking and my actions associated with my thoughts. But I don't want to give up this. I'm not giving that up. Because I feel like you're transcending. You're rising up here for sure. But it's almost like getting pushed down and triggered. Getting pushed down and triggered by that on some level here. Oh, I don't really have much control over my life. It's my boss that does this to me. It's that happens. It's my friend who does that. Well, get a new goddamn job. I'm not kidding you. I'm not coming from a place of superiority. I'm coming from a place of coming from poverty as a child and not even having access to anything beyond a two-year college education. Like, you have to take control over your life. You can't blame other people for the power that they have in your life. You are the one that has the power in your life, and you have to find where you have the biggest strength in that power and utilize that. Yeah, I'm really getting that here. There could be an addiction to self-pity because the shadow side of martyr is addiction to self-pity, and it sits right underneath addiction. I'm going to try to be so gentle with you guys on this because I'm an Aries with a Gemini rising, so I'm going to be in your face about it. The person has the most control over your life, unless you're a minor or you have a large disability of some sort, and you do physically rely on people, is you. You have the most control over your life. Okay, how this affects your relationships. Teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. I'm going to look at the shadow. I'm just going to be honest because I feel like there's a lot of shadow energy here. Okay, the shadow of this, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. I don't know, guys. I feel like it's not going to be my most popular Taurus reading, but it is what it is, and I stand here with spirit in the universe. So this could be teaching other people too that they don't have much control over their lives. Yeah. Some of you, okay, I want to say too, because when I'm doing a reading, I'm just reading right now. And it often, I feel, not often, all the time, the message is supposed to be for who needs it most. Because I will get regulars that come in and go, "This, I'm not resonating with this." That's okay. Somebody came in that really needed a hard message, and we can all stand there and support them with that as well. Because often too, we can see things in ourselves from the past in these readings that is for someone in the present. Like I can even see myself here because yeah, like not having a lot of access to resources, but really understanding what part I played in my own life and everything that happens in my life and how I have the ability to take control over my life by being responsible for what I do and the choices I make and how I govern myself and what direction I take myself into. Advice for you. Lover. Great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. Love yourself, Taurus, because I see here there's not enough self-love, not enough self-respect in the cards that are coming out here. You have to have a beautiful relationship with you, because once you really start to love you and respect you, then you will honor you and you will realize how much power you have in your life. That there are not that many outside sources that have all this power over you. That is true empowerment. Outcome if you follow the advice. It's good. It's freaking good. King. Enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. That's what leadership is. This is the path to leadership. This is the hard path to leadership. That's exactly what this is. And you can turn all of this into light. You can have the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, and your wisdom to other people. No self-pity train. The self-pity train does nothing but serve an ego in the immediate. At the more long-term, it does serve as you eventually rising up above that. Rising up above that. Yes. These two cards are exactly the same color, and they fall in the same line here. Turn addiction to self-pity into a great passion, devotion, and love for self. What's at the bottom? Mentor. You guys are meant to be doing something really wonderful for the people around you and for humanity. But you're going through the lesson. Or you've been through the lesson if you're saying, yeah, you know what, I've been through this, Cindy. Some of the things you've said, yes. But this is the lesson in that. A lot of great mentors and leaders didn't come from much, and they had to struggle and really utilize the only true asset that they had was them. You were the biggest asset in your life. Let's go into here. My goodness. And don't compare yourselves to other people either. Don't compare yourself to other people. I don't see envy here, but the addiction to self-pity, it definitely, you know, everyone else does better than me, or they get all the luck or, you know, not everybody is successful because of luck. Actually, most people aren't successful because of luck. Because luck will give you an opportunity, but it will not enable you to create something big and long-lasting with it. Luck is definitely part of the equation, but it is not the whole equation. You are the biggest part of any equation. All right, who you really are, this addict, a submission. There's something that feels like it has control over you, Taurus. There is something that feels like it has control over you. Venus in Pisces is the energy of this, and this is a bird caught in a cage. But who has put who in the cage? I've been there. I felt it in many different parts of my life over many different decades. And then you really realize who has the key to the cage and who has the ability to let you out of it. You know, one of the things with this too, you might be in the cage, you might feel like your wings are clipped. I've said this before in a reading. I know that I have. And if your wings feel like they've been clipped, you have to do something painful for yourself. You have to pull out every single flight feather, because those feathers will not grow back if they are not plucked out. If they've been pulled out, there's an empty shaft and a new feather will grow. But if you leave your wings clipped, if you don't do the painful thing for you, which is removing something, it's removing something from your life, whether it feels like for many of you, or whatever this message is really for, it's addiction to self-pity. You have the power to control your life. You need to remove something from your life. You need to pluck out those flight feathers so that new ones can grow in. And it takes time. You pull them out, it's painful as hell. You might not be able to pull them all out at once. It might take weeks, months, maybe years. And then it's going to take time for those new feathers to grow. But if you don't do it now, this is another thing to think about. If there's something that you need to do to improve your life, so that, let's say, in 10 years from now, you can be where you want to be, you can feel the way you want to feel, you can be experiencing life the way you want to experience it. If you do nothing now, you're still going to be somewhere in 10 years. That's still going to happen. So do what you need to do for yourself now. Take the step today, Taurus, to do what you need for yourself now. If that's 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, that road is coming, whether you take action to change it or not. All right, you're hiding behind a rebel, a vision. Marna, this is the sun in Pisces. This is very interesting. This is all about the undoing of the self. Where's my little cheat sheet? My little cheat sheet on the 12th house here. Places of confinement, your undoing, secret and hidden things, karmic debt, accidents, trouble, self-undoing. There's a self-undoing. I'm going to leave this out. I put it away because I thought, well, but yeah, I should have it for this. Turn submission into vision. I think you're trying. It's like a pep talk for you. You know, I feel like too with the vision, you're always talking about tomorrow. You could always be talking about tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll start. I said today. I said today, Taurus. Today. There is no better time than the present. If you have to wait for tomorrow because, I don't know, you have an Uber booked and you don't have a car and you need to physically drive somewhere, plan out, then sit down, and today is the day it starts. Today is the day that you sit down and you envision whatever it is that you need to do for yourself tomorrow. You envision it and you play it out and you know and you have a plan and you believe in yourself. You at least try to start believing in yourself. But this rebel, you might even be pushing against, you know, this might even feel like might even feel like spiritual authority over your life. Like, why is the universe doing this to me? Karmic debt was one of the things, right? With the 12th house. Why is the universe doing this to me? It's trying to undo you because this isn't healthy. This isn't going to help you. It's trying to undo this. I know, I think this is a reading where I won't come into the comments. I've been trying to get really good with that because I'm feisty. And I don't need to be feisty with anyone in here. You can come in, you can yell, you can scream, you get angry. You do what you need to do because that's going to be working something out for you. It could even be releasing something. I'm going to give you all permission to release whatever you need to release in the comment section of this video. Just don't use swear words or anything like that because then I'm going to go get flagged. Why you hide your true self, the martyr, affair, Venus and Leo. Maybe, okay, this can feel like too, like other people have opportunities of love. Other people have opportunities of love of the heart. Other people, maybe somebody had an affair on you, or maybe somebody was not true to you in some form of partnership. Maybe there was a lot of drama. Venus and Leo. Why you have Venus and Venus here sitting underneath each other. The same way that you have, sorry. So these are sitting underneath each other in this spread. And then you have the addict and the martyr, addiction to self-pity, addiction to self-pity. Because, okay, if somebody has done something to you or something has happened or their actions have caused you to be on a certain path in a certain situation here, and part of it might be feeling really bad for yourself, that is totally allowed. You are totally allowed to feel bad for yourself and have a pity party. We all are at any time. But if it becomes an addiction, it's not serving you. It is not serving you anymore. It's just serving the ego. The ego is meant to kind of keep us safe and help us to govern ourselves in a safe and, yeah, like really in a safe manner. But it's almost as if the ego will take over that and say, no, don't trust anyone. Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. Just stay right there. Stay right here. Because someone will hurt you again. Someone will hurt you again. But spend the time to try to figure out how that happened. How did this person end up hurting you? What red flags did you miss? What have you learned from that you can now put in your tool belt of success in life now? How this affects your relationships, the teacher, idealism, the sun in Aquarius. I think that this could give you the opportunity. I really feel like there's a strong opportunity here for you to be a leader for other people, and in a very unique and particularly unusual way with the sun in Aquarius, that you have the capacity to serve people on a higher level, not just individual people. Like if you think Aquarian is very humanitarian. All right, think about that. So 11th house, friends, groups and organizations, ambitions and wishes. So serving your own. Maybe you want to be a teacher. Maybe you would like to teach people something. You would like to be able to impart some of the hard lessons that you've learned in life. Harmony, working together, long-term dreams and visions, electronics. You see, that's kind of like an unusual way. I should have filled that up. Okay, advice for you. Great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. I really feel like this should be for you. For you. You know, yesterday was Valentine's Day. Maybe some of you guys had a rough Valentine's Day. And she's even holding something that looks like it would be like a Valentine's box of chocolates, right? You are your greatest lover. You are the greatest love of all. I'm hearing that Whitney Houston song. What is it? It's the greatest love of all. And it really talks about, actually it's interesting lyrics in it because it talks about doing things for the children. And then the greatest love of all is you, like you, finding you as the greatest love of all and appreciating yourself. and believing in yourself. Because when you believe in yourself, really, then you're going to really understand that nothing is against you. If it's an obstacle, it's helping you to become stronger, more capable. Yeah, stronger and more capable. Advice. Practicality. The moon in Capricorn. Start building upon you. Start building upon you, Taurus. You are the one to build on here. Take the steps. Plant the seeds. And now I'm hearing Tears for Fears. Seeds of love. Wow. So many coming in with this. Whitney Houston, greatest love of all. This is all advice for you. Tears for Fears. Sowing the seeds of love. That's what they're doing, really. They're sowing seeds. Love, lover. Sow the seeds of love here. And then you will be supported, because there were things that will come in for you to help nurture and grow this. I see the bee here, so it's going to come in and pollinate. I see other plants around, and some of them may act as deterrents of weeds that are not beneficial for the growth that you're doing. Like, it's like carrots love tomatoes. It's that whole concept that certain plants get along well with other plants, and certain plants rebel certain insects and weeds. Like when you garden that way, everything does really, really well, and it's holistic and it supports one another. Outcome, the king. Wow, you got power. Power and the king. My. The moon in Scorpio. Nothing will be unseen for you. You will see everything the way you need to see it. If something has happened in your life, and I don't know, I feel like this was self-pity in the affair. The affair card. Oh, freaking wax. That perhaps somebody has not taken perhaps some vows seriously here in something. It doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. But yes, whatever happened, like, you would see that before you get involved in it. You will cut that thread. You will cut it. You will cut it off before you get too invested in it again. Like, you will be able to see, and you will be empowered. You will be enlightened. You will be a great leader. Use this wisely. Taurus, I think the highest zodiac sign represented in dictatorships is Taurus. But I think that's just because they're natural leaders. But, you know, a lot of dictators, too, come from very meager means. Many have. Innovation. Again, you have Jupiter in Aquarius. Mars and Scorpio, revenge. Yeah, okay, this is a very innovative revenge. This is living your best life. That is the best revenge. To take upon anything that feels like it's holding you back or has some sort of control over you. The tarot, I was going to call it the Taurus. Pull it out. So I feel like, too, the shadow of rebel is reject legitimate authority out of anger. Actually, the rebel even rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. That would normally be healthy, but the fact that you have addict and martyr here, it feels like that rebel energy isn't serving you in any way. Who you really are. You're the freaking tower, honey. Change it. Change it. Maybe you feel like the tower. I feel like you're the catalyst of change. You just haven't really understood that fully yet. You are the catalyst for change. That's powerful. And come on, your outcome is the king and power here. But you got to get some shit together. You can't be this without getting that shit together. And maybe it feels like the tower has had control over you. You're supposed to be the one that has control over the tower. You're the one to free yourself from this cage. addicted to feeling trapped. What you hide behind. Rebel, Two of Swords. So you really don't know. You're not really sure. No. No, you are. Because this is what you're hiding behind. You know, but you might not be being, you might not be being, it doesn't sound right, truthful with yourself right now. You may not be being, so, why can't I talk all of a sudden? That's really odd. Anyways, you may not be truthful with yourself right now. That's what I was trying to say. Overthinking. It was like almost overthought, that energy of what you're hiding behind. Overthinking it. Just stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about it and take flight. Give yourself space, room to soar. Why you hide your true self? Martyr, affair, the Ten of Swords. Oh, yeah, something painful happened here. Yeah, something painful happened. And it's kind of like believing, well, it kind of has the feeling of, I'm being punished for this. So if I'm being punished for this, then there's no escaping this punishment because it has control over me. It also has the feeling of, well, if this happened once, twice, thrice, it'll happen a fourth time or a fifth time. I'm interested. I'm being drawn to the number 5 there. So I don't know if you felt betrayed at least 5 significant times in your life. And the Ten of Swords, maybe 10 times. Maybe by 5 different people. And a total of 10 times. I don't know. There's something about that number. How this affects your relationships. So you have the ability to communicate your knowledge and experience, skill, or wisdom to others. And you can do it in a really unique way. But if you don't turn this energy around, you will manipulate or abuse students. And a student is like somebody who's either younger than you, has less experience. Like, could be a work situation and maybe the boss says, there's a new employee starting next week. Can he or she ride along with you? You know, yeah. All right. But maybe, you know, because there are people that I've dealt with too in life where they will specifically hold back certain types of information because they don't want you to do better than them. See, that's kind of how that shows up to me. If you're in the role of a teacher, but you hold information back, you manipulate information because you do not want the student to surpass the teacher, then you're not vibrating at a high frequency, because the student should always surpass the teacher. It should always be like passing a baton, because then the student should become the teacher and the teacher should become the student. It should always, information should always move that way. See, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. Yeah, there's a few times. I'm thinking when I came out of college and I was working and I was a young woman working in a very male-dominated career in the pest control industry. And a lot of the guys, yeah, I would see things that they were suggesting that I do. And I think that doesn't seem, that's not what I learned in college. And I kind of took it with a grain of salt. But, you know, looking back on it, you could realize thinking, yeah, the last thing they wanted was for a young woman to show them up. I ended up showing up most of them anyways because they were lazy. Advice for you. The Nine of Pentacles, oh my God, look after yourself. Look after yourself. Oh, shit. Love you. Love you. Love you. Focus on you. Focus on what you need to do for you. Focus on what you need for your sovereignty. Focus on what you need for your sovereignty here. Yeah. That's your advice is pretty solid and clear. Outcome. King, power. Holy crap. Guys, if you ever needed a good reading, I mean, it's a hard reading, but it's a good job. You got the Ten of Pentacles. I don't know, I'm speechless with what your outcome could be. Because your outcome is spectacular. But nobody gets, not too many people get there with a lot of work. That's a lot of work involved. There are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts to this path. And I do not see this as a shortcut path. I actually see this as a pretty divine path if you can face the challenges and the lessons. Some days, some weeks, some months, it's kind of like, I can't today, Cindy. I can't today, Spirit. That's okay. But try again tomorrow. Keep trying. The minute you stop trying is when you kind of fail. If you stop trying or believe that if it's not today, it will be tomorrow. Although, as I say that, this is the little section here that you are possibly hiding behind some of that. Maybe I need to stop myself there. Because I did say early on, today is the day that you change your life. Oh, and when I said that, look at this. You have the wheel, or the world, and the Hierophant as an underline. Throw it away. Throw away the past. Goodbye. So long. Farewell. Thank you for the memories. I'm taking a higher road here, and I'm following my true calling. This was a really interesting reading, my friends. My gosh. I'm going to bite my tongue in the comment because I know. Because there's going to be some comments that are not very high vibrational, but that's okay. It's okay, Cindy. It's okay. It's okay. They're learning. They're getting there. They're getting there. My job here is finished. Because sometimes I feel like, too, I need to go back in and try to help you all figure it out. No, that's not my job. I've done it right here. That's it. Well, I'm going to go do the extended. I'm going to go do the extended now. Taurus, I love y'all so much. You can do it. You really, really can. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.